Hey, I'm posting this on YouTube to go over what I've done in my first shed. Um, I've had 4 or 5 first sheds, garages over the years, and some have been good and some have sucked. But I just pulled the best things from each one that I've had and put it into this first shed. The size of this one is it's 8 foot sidewalls. It's 10 by 20. It's inside of a 30 by 50 pole barn. But the actual first shed itself, I double insulated on a lot of it. I caulked the sill plates down. I went around the outlets. I itched all the doors and windows. Taped all the seams on the Norboard, and anything I could think of to keep air in, to keep it as pretty much airtight in here as possible. And I know from the past that I can, with it being this airtight, I can heat it with a space heater with a thermostat and keep it more than comfortable. So I'll just kind of go through what I've done in here, why I've done it the way I did. I've trapped for 12 or 13 years now. It's what I do full time. So these things I've just kind of picked up from other people, or just things I've learned in personal experience, and just kind of go through what I did. So I'll start on the outside. We'll go outside and just work our way in, and I can show you what I did here. So over here I got a wood stove that I haven't got hooked up yet, but that's in the works. I'm waiting on the pipe for that. This is the outside of the outside of the fur room here. I put a window in there so I can see out in the shop. Got the stuff hanging, just different signs and stuff. The map is a 2-county map of where I trap from the farthest north part to the farthest southern part of my lines. Pack basket from the guy that taught me how to trap. My hip boots and my chest waders. An old coon light that I don't really use anymore, but I've got still hanging there. The sides I've got, this is where I keep all my trapping supplies. So I've got my wax pots, my pots on the for boiling and waxing. This is actually what I use in the back of my truck is my box when I'm trapping out on the line. It's just got different compartments, things on top. It's got different compartments there, 2 doors, 2 drawers down there. Hopefully you're picking this up. That's my coon trapping box, my water trapping box, footholds, containers, dry dirt. Those are all that's my trash can for boiling. Different live traps, beaver traps. So I've got everything organized. I like things very organized, so I know where stuff's at. I'm not sitting there looking around. Those are some of my drowning rods. The 10-foot rebar, 1/2-inch rebar for beavers. The top of this I actually decked, so it's storage up top. So we'll go inside here. The door's big enough I can get my freezer in and out, my big chest freezer. Some awards there. This is my skinning table here. It's got the vice grip on it to hold rats and whatever I want to get started. I mean, this freezer is ancient, but it's still working like a champ. This is my flushing area here. It's got all the tops got the Formica on it just to keep it's easier to clean, able to wipe off. My muskrat mink beam. All my other critters go on this beam here. Everything's well lit. I want to be able to see when I'm skinning. I want to be able to see when I'm flushing. So everything is well lit. Got stuff, rags right there, paper towels. That's where all my fleshings go in that bucket. All my other knives and stuff up here on this counter. Up on that shelf. Then as you come around here, I've got all my materials up here. My urines, my fish oil, my bait, my wool. My stuff for under the pan. I got stuff to make drowners, whatever, pogos, whatever I use there. I wanted to have a window so I could see outside. And then I got this will be, just used for whatever, putting stuff on stretchers, more storage down there if I need it. But plenty of room, everything's organized. That's my space heater. I can, right here I made a notch that keeps it exactly 55 degrees in here, no problem. So it doesn't cost very much at all to heat this thing. This is what I use to keep all my stuff handy around my skinning machine. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to get everything in here. So it's got the Weeby knives, skinning knives here, starter knife, you know, my rods to pull down the legs, scissors, all that, file. This is my skinning machine here. Just the winch for doing coyotes pretty much. And then up there I mounted stuff to the ceiling. All that is just snares. These are just snares right here. To that's what I use, you know, instead of chain. It works good. After about 2 years, you got to replace them because they start getting stringy and they'll poke you in the hand. Another freezer here. Another just a smaller freezer, 2 foot by 2 foot, a fan. You know, for keeping the hides from getting mildewy and things like that. Keep the air moving. Then another shelf of clothespins, rags, nails for beavers and all that. This is just my boards. I've got 48 hooks up here. That's enough for me. And then all my stretchers here. Not that I use wire much anymore except for skunks and possums and my rats, but just kind of getting switched over to wood here the last few years. My aprons and then my beaver boards. And then my mink boards, and then I put down my wedges here in this PVC pipe. This is just a board I keep a tally on. So that's about it. I don't do much. I'll put down some cardboard and stuff once in a while just to keep the blood, you know, and crap from getting under the beam and the skinning machine. But that's what I've done. It took me 13 years to get to this point. Just, you know, just takes a process, but these things over years, that's what I picked up. Seems to work good for me. If you got any questions, just put them down in the comments or whatever, and I'll get back with you as much as I can. But have fun trapping, even though prices suck. It's like the old man that taught me how to trap. He said you'll sell a lot more coons for under $5 than over. So it's something I'll do every year. I'll take my kid out. It's important to me. Really, no matter what the prices are, because it's not really about the money all the time. I mean, you still got to manage the critters. So anyway, have a good trapping season. If there's any questions or anything, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thanks.